Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. And today I'm going to feature some Dimir mid-range onto the channel. I'm going to give a huge shout-outs to VTCLA, who is the original deck builder of this list right here. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below, leading to his tweet, in which he showcases, this list. I'm a big fan of VTCLA in regards to his Dimir builds. I've said this throughout, quite some time in my channel. Like when it comes to Dimir decks, I really like his approach. I tend to disagree with him quite a bit in regards to his picks for sideboard cards. My sideboard is quite different from his, and I'll explain why. But generally speaking, the main deck is pretty damn cool, and it tries to really capitalize on the likes of the God Eternal Kefnet. God Eternal Kefnet is one of the new gods that was introduced with the War of the Spark expansion. It's a 4-mana legendary creature zombie god that looks like Crane from Kung Fu Panda and has the flying tag and an ability that says you may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Whenever you reveal an instant or a sorcery card this way, copy that card and you may cast the copy. The copy costs 2 less to cast. Something that's important to note with this, because it may not seem super intuitive once you read this effect, is that when you do this, you have to cast that card at the beginning of your turn, like when you're allowed to. Otherwise, the card will disappear. You can't draw the card, reveal it, and have that extra copy and play whenever you want. It has to be played at that same turn. And that's pretty relevant because that means that you can't really apply this to counter spells, for example. So we have to apply this towards I say mid-range, despite the fact that the vast majority of our cards are, non-creature spells, right? But we have basically a lineup here that is centered around a bunch of card draw effects and hand disruption alongside cheap removal. So when it comes to card draw, we have the likes of Chart a Course, Opt, and Notion Rain. When it comes to removal, we have Cast Down, Tyrant Scorn, which is very, very solid, alongside Cry of the Carnarium for AoE effects, and Vraska's Contempt, and Enter the God Eternals. And then, last but not least, we have, I said card draw, removal, and and hand disruption without erasure. Derp. So, this deck is made to, it's made to really punish creature-based builds, because Enter the God Eternals is very, very impactful against any sort of creature-based deck, whether it be aggro or mid-range. And the idea with this deck is to use the milling effect onto yourself, so that with that in conjunction with our surveil effects, discard effects like Chart a Course, we can set up our graveyard and fill it up with instants and sorceries rather quickly, so we can get very easy to cast 5/5 flying Terramanders in the mid to late game. We don't want to play Terramander turn 1 with this deck list. You want to hold on to it to your hand. You want to play your removal spells, get your card draw going, fill up your graveyard, and then get Terry here onto the board and have basically a 2-mana 5/5 flyer that can be game winning, because that's pretty much all you need to really push significant damage, right? We have God Eternal Kefnet, like I said, on turn 4 is when we want to play it, and we have a lot of surveil effects that can enable us to get him back if he gets removed really quickly, actually. Something like Notion Rain can enable us to draw him immediately afterwards, and cards like Opt obviously help us get him back too. So the deck is pretty damn decent against creature-based decks. Against Control and Nexus decks, well, that's the biggest weakness of Dimir. Specifically, not so much Esper Control, but more so Simic Nexus or Wilderness Reclamation builds, like Timor Reclamation, because we don't have enchantment removal. That's the big gripe that I always have when I play Dimir. I don't have any way to deal with enchantments, but we have a sideboard that is geared towards mitigating those two matchups as much as possible. We have a very anti-Esper Control sideboard that is also tuned to be able to handle Nexus decks and Reclamation decks in general. How so? Well, let's take a look at it right here. So we have 3 Duresses, 1 Disdainful Stroke, 2 Negates, 3 Narset, Parter of Veils. This is my own personal edition. I'm going to talk about it really quickly. Cry of the Carnarium, an extra of 2 Unmoored Egos, 2 Hostage Takers, and 1 Eldest Reborn. So, without counting the Cry of the Carnarium and the couple of Hostage Takers, which are meant to enhance our matchup against, either Swarm or creature-based builds a little bit more, we have the likes of Narset, which I really like versus Control decks and against Nexus decks, because this is my main answer for Nexus and Reclamation alongside Unmoored Ego, because as you can see, each opponent can draw more than 1 card each turn. This is so powerful. Against Control, you shut them down completely. You nullify their Chemist's Insight. you force their Teferi to -3 this always because they can't draw with Teferi otherwise. And I've even considered maybe sideboarding this versus the likes of Sultai midrange just to deny the Hydroid Crassus. Like, this is a very powerful passive effect that has huge implications in Standard, and I think this card is being a little bit overlooked by people because I think it's extremely powerful. We're definitely, like, I will bet, I don't know, I don't have much to bet, but I like, quote me on this shit. The next big event, this Planeswalker is going to be very, very relevant in sideboards. Like, there's no way it isn't. Like, this passive effect is so powerful, and the fact that it can just completely shut down control matchups. Like, and not only that, like, any sort of deck that's just not, like, you know, mono red, right? Like, most decks that are viable in Standard have card draw, and the fact that this Planeswalker just shuts it down, I think it's really relevant, and I expect big things from Narset, and I'm going to be experimenting with her a lot. I really like her as a sideboard option for any sort of blue-based build, and that's why we have a 3 of her in here. We also have, you know, the standard triple dress and double negate with 1 disdainful stroke for some, you know, stroke for a little bit of flexibility because you can also come in against mid-range matchups as well, while also providing us a nice counter spell versus control too. And that is the sideboard right there. It's quite different from VTCLA's. He's going more the he's taking the route of like adding in Thief of Sanities with the sideboard, which make, like, I see the reasoning behind it. It kind of like has a surprise factor, but the deck already has flyers, so it's not like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's also a good approach, and he has his reasoning behind that. He is the creator of the, like, original deck anyways, right? So, you know, he must know what he's doing. But I really do like this specific sideboard, and I think it helps out a lot. And that is the deck list right there. Really enjoy playing some Dimir. Like, Dimir is my favorite dual color combination, so that never gets old for me. And Terramander is a surprisingly efficient win condition, especially against mid-rangey sorts of builds. They really don't see this little thing coming later down the line in the match, right? Like, and that's the thing. Don't play this turn 1. Do not do it. You want to hold it onto your hand and drop it when it truly matters, and it can actually do something, because you don't really gain much benefit with this sort of deck by just pinging at them with 1 attack, like, for a few turns. It really doesn't accomplish much, right? So you want the thick Terry, not skinny Terry. And that's pretty much it. I got today's video is a little bit shorter than usual. It's just a best of 3 series that I recorded in Mythic rank because I am in a little bit of a hurry. I gotta start my stream a little bit early today, and yeah, I'm already quite late. So because I've been building decks, I've been trying to come up with new ideas to make sure that I can give you guys a new cool original deck list every single day with War of the Spark, and it takes time. You know, deck building is not easy, and sometimes you know, I don't get the best sleep because of it, right? So today I'm a little bit more rushed because of that, but hopefully you guys enjoy the video regardless, and that's all I gotta say. That's 8 minutes of me rambling. God damn it, I think I overdid it this one again, but whatever. Yeah, it's a nice deck tech, I guess. At least I explained things properly, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy some God Eternal Kefnet gameplay. Leave a like if you do. Stay tuned for daily MTG videos. Thank you for the constant support on my channel, and especially the recent support that I've been receiving on these videos. Like, it's been getting pretty crazy, and I got you to thank for that. So have a whole day. Enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow. So it's funny how the gods haven't really made the huge impact people were expecting them to make. I don't know, because if you think about it, like, well, if you think about it, like when I was streaming and I was going over the card reviews, everybody was freaking out about the Boar God. Oh my god, the Boar God is like the second coming of Hazard. It's insane, it's amazing, it's overpowered as hell. And then, you know, War of the Spark hit, and they're pretty good. Like I don't know, Kefnet is solid, but at the same time, it's not like they're netting you card advantage immediately by any means, right? Like, they're just improving your future draws. So they're pretty balanced is what I'm trying to say. And this hand is really solid. We have an Ugor of Bolas turn 2. And a Cry of the Carnarium available in case we're facing an aggressive matchup. And potentially Kefnet on turn 4 unless we don't find that land. Alright, this Cry is already looking decent. Ooh, make that a double. I'm not sure I need 2 of them, but make that a double. Alright, wow, I actually got like 3 different. This Bolas was insane. Well, it's technically not Bolas, but this Augur guy, I just have trouble pronouncing Augur. I'm trying to like avoid that. This is insane because I really need a 4th land, and this guy just made my chance of drawing the 4th land way higher. Like, there's no way I won't curve that into 4 now. But don't say that, Miguel. You don't jinx yourself. It's happened before. What do I take here, though? What do I take here? I think I take the Vraska. In case I have no way to deal with the Vivian. Because I feel like an early, you know, aggression. Okay, I'm definitely going for Cry here. Like 110%. Going for Cry here. Gonna get rid of his ramp immediately. That felt really satisfying. All right, so this seems to be Sultai mid-range, standard Sultai mid-range, and we are going to play Crane. Our buddy Crane. Them animations are pretty damn sweet, though. All right, let's see if Crane gets some removal going on from our opponents. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't. You gotta respect Crane. That's a cool thing. Like, Hostage Taker can eliminate it, but at the same time, I can just return it. I don't have to wait for my Vraska's Contempt on this Hostage Taker is what I'm trying to say. It's just a 2-3. I can preserve it for something like Vivian. I don't want to play my Augur of Bolas. I'm just going to play my 2nd Crane here. Which could go down to a Vivian. Now the question is, do I want to Vraska that now? I'm gonna decline because I do want to. He can't cast that anyways. And I don't even have to Vraska that. I can just go with this. Okay, so this is the one that's. Oh, let's get our Crane back. And we could play a Terramander. It's a little bit early though. I could play an Augur or a Bolas, but realistically speaking, like I want to keep this guy. Well, no, I don't. No, I don't. I already have one of them. Yeah, I only need one realistically. So let's actually go ahead and play Crane here, so that we have a chance of drawing into a non-creature spell that we can duplicate potentially. Like, Enter the God Eternal is pretty solid here. You know, there's a lot of things. We're not gonna reveal that because it's a non. It has to be an instant or sorcery, so ain't nobody got time for that. This Cry of the Carnarium is looking decent. It clears most of his board, but I think I can hold on to it for now since I'm not being immediately threatened. I'm not packing up this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to attack with Kefnet here. Get a little bit of damage on him. And then I'm going to play Bolas. Or Augur Bolas. Nice. I would like a land here, honestly. So I'm going to go for this immediately. And we are going to call that a turn. We don't want to rush our Terramanders until we can actually adapt them. We have enough board presence as of now, and a 1-1 is not really going to do much for us. It's nice that it shows. It's nice that it shows now, like, how much. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to use 2 of these to block that. Though realistically, I should have blocked with all 3. Okay, so another land, which is unfortunate. We're not really getting any value out of Kefnet here. I cry every time. How is our... Okay, it's 3. Yeah, we do have that information there. So we have a total of 5-6 mana, which means we can technically adapt this, right? But I would not want that to be the case, because... I mean, I can get 1 in there. No, because then I'm just vulnerable to cry. I think I just play this like this. I attack. You know, he's more on the clock than I am. And if he does get like a J-Light Ranger or something to try to get the Wallgrowth Walker going, then I think I will go for the Ross's Contempt. That's problematic if he has a Branch Walker, but it seems like that's not the case. Alright, can I get me that value? Thank you. Reveal, yes. Yes, I do want to cast that. There we go. We did something. We did it, boys. I think we definitely discard this because we're gonna chart a course anyways. We got free card draw there. Fuck yeah. And we're going to go ahead and attack with Crane here. Alright, he's had enough of that. So we can actually chart a course and draw 2 cards. There's Enter the God Eternals, which is pretty nice. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, we're still like a little bit, we're still quite far away from being able to, I think I'm going to play you. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can afford to play another Charter Course and a Terramander just so I don't have to discard here. Or this is better. Okay, will you look at that? Will you look at that? Ain't nobody got time for that. He was setting up. He did have the J-Light Ranger. He plays Carney T. He plays Carney T. Like I can deal with a 7/6, but him playing a J-Light Ranger would like just bring up his health tremendously, and that is something we cannot afford by any means. All right, so yes, I'll reveal. We get to cast it for 2 mana, and we shall keep 1 land. This Thought Erasure can eliminate the Ross's Contempt in his hand, and we can always take 1 hit. So we got a total of 6 mana, which means we can't Thought Erasure and enter the God Eternals, but we can Thought Erasure and Ross's Contempt, or we can Thought Erasure. How many do we have now? I mean, it keeps saying it's here, 6. So as long as we reach 7, we can just we can play Thought Erasure. We can tap. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of that, and we're gonna bring it to the graveyard. Now we have more than enough for the Terramanders. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana to activate them both, but what we can do is we can play 1. We can attack with you to, well, yeah, to set up the lethal. Actually, gotta be careful though. Like he's top decking, but he could top deck something powerful here. I think I do want to go with this though. Now that I've attacked, and then adapt that, right? Yeah, that's the best line. Tyrant Scorn is really interesting. He's top decking, but if he does find the forest, then he can actually get the J-Light Ranger back, which is a problem. Because now that's a lot of health. Look at that. Okay, this is enough to deal with that. This can block this, and I take 7. All right, it's back. We're back in it. That was pretty clutch for him. I will not reveal the swamp, thank you. Okay, so we have to Enter the God Eternals doesn't really quite do it for us here. If we had double Crowther Carnarium, we could work with this. I think we definitely have to Tyrant Scorn. I don't have much card draw going on, right? Like, I have Notion Rain, but I don't really want to play Notion Rain this turn, so I think I'm definitely going to Tyrant Scorn one of these. Maybe what he targets with because he could go for Fine, but he could also go for Finality. So now the tides have turned. We have a total of 3, 6, 9 mana. 9 mana. Regardless of what we do, we're dropping a Terramander. And we're adapting it. That's happening 100%. I'd like to keep the Ross's Contempt and the Tyrant's Scorn here, though. So for now, I'm gonna keep it like that. Because now all of a sudden we're on the defensive. This match just got really interesting because of him drawing that land. He needed that land, otherwise he was dead. Well, there was other things he could have drawn, but that land was perfect for him because he really wanted that J-Light Ranger back. He went for the greedy play with the setup, and I kind of punched that with the Thought Erasure, but then he got it back with that Memorial to Folly. That Memorial to Folly saved his ass, and we're kind of like back to square one. Like all of a sudden he was like down at 4, and now I'm in the red. So he's thinking about whether to go for Finality or Find, but he's gonna go for the Find instead. There's the Hydrate Crassus. We have the Thought Erasure for that. He's definitely going to go for the Merfolk Branchwalker, so we're going to do the following. We're going to go for a Ross's Contempt onto one of these. And we're going to go with a Tyrant Scorn onto the other one, because fuck that shit. Enough of that bullshit. Ain't nobody got time for that. And this Thought Erasure is going to eliminate that Hydrate Crassus. So now, it's our time to have fun. No, I won't reveal that. Get that out of there. Goodbye. I'm actually going to, I should probably keep that. But I actually, yeah, because I'm going to Notion Rain anyways. Good thing I have card draw. I'm going to keep that, I mean, I just probably see. I mean, I think I'm gonna play this instead. Just make sure I don't mill myself. Alright, we're attacking with these two. And put him on a turn 2 clock. Let's see what he draws now. Let's see if he gets another crazy ass top deck going. Or if we're going to game 2. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this was a fun match. Like, it went back and forth. He got some good shit going on for him. Alright, he's still in it. He's a fighter. He's a fighter. And we get the opt. I will play an opt. I don't really get a, mana reduction on it, but I'll play it nonetheless, goddammit. Okay, so let's just drop you. I wish I had more islands, though, like, for these Terramanders and stuff. Alright, so I think we're obviously gonna attack with all these because that forces him to block. I mean, yeah. I could go for the op. I should have gone for the op first, to be completely honest with you. But me attacking with all these forces him to trade unfavorably. Basically, he can double up on this. Well, he can. But he opts not to. We get the most damage output, and we're going to game 2, baby. I mean, he could have stuck around, but at that point, like, I was in pretty much good control there. English. Alright, so we are going to be adding in Hostage Takers, a Disdainful Stroke. I want another one Eldritch Reborn, which I don't have prior. And I think that's it. I mean, how good is Narset here? Narset stops the Hydrate Crassus, and that's really annoying. There's like a flower here. Is that supposed to be there? That's kind of weird. That's throwing me off so much. Let's see. Cry the Carnarium is decent. The problem is we have a lot of like really good cards as well. Like it's hard for me to like sub out anything for that. I do like Enter the God Eternals, Ross's Contempt, Notion Rain, Cry the Carnarium. All these are important. I guess I'll take out a Callous Dismissal. And I need to take out some cards for Hostage Taker, basically, which I think should be the likes of... At the same time, Cry the Carnarium is... I mean, Cry the Carnarium was very, very relevant there. Yeah. God damn it, this is hard, because I kind of want everything. So I'm just going to skim off certain things. Last but not least, I guess I'll take out maybe an opt. No, but opts are important. Everything's important. I guess it'll just have to be an opt. Yeah, I'll just take a little bit of certain cards that I have 4 copies of anyways, because I want everything, but I also want Hostage Taker, Disdainful Stroke. Like, those are important cards, so I'm just going to sacrifice, some other slots for them. And we'll keep this hand because Cry the Carnarium was very relevant that game. Turn 3, like I don't forget, I wiped out a Land of our Elf and an Incubation Druid with 1 card because he's playing Incubation Druids on top of the Explorer package. So we're missing a second source of black mana for Cry, but we do have a Thought Erasure on curve, and that is a beautiful thing to have. All right, no Walker for you, I guess. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we got here. All right, Hashi's Taker and Crassus. Well, I think we're definitely leading off with the Crassus. I think I want to keep that there, yeah. This card prevents me from like losing to Smork. This card is like the greatest anti-Smork shit. Oh my god, this Cry of the Carnarium. Oh my goodness, this Cry of the Carnarium is just absolutely orgasmic. That's why I wanted to tackle the Hydrate Crassus first, in case I had another sort of like reactive play instead of going for the next Thought Erasure there. Because Hashi's Taker is irrelevant until I play something of my own, right? So, I believe we will go for it now, though. Since, you know, we got nothing better to do. I think I can get that away. I already have enough mana in my hand to go for the Into the God Eternal, so I may as well try to fish for more relevant shit. And I think we go for Enter the Gods now, or maybe Augur of Bolus. I'd like to go for this. This is proactive. This is good. We target ourselves because we want to feed our oh god. Oh, those draws. Oh, those draws though. Oh fuck. That is, I'm not gonna lie, that is depressing. That is actually depressing. Okay, so we're gonna go for an attack into a chart a course. Start smacking him. Why would you ever? Okay. Let's see what you got. Show me that Vivian. Show me that Vivian. Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's convince you, Vivian. Don't you dare Vivian me now. Let's go for it again. Smack him. God damn it. Chart a course. Finally, we got 6 lands. That's what I wanted. How about we go for Augur? I'm gonna call you A. Bolus is ace. All right, let's take that up and let's go for another chart a course. Since we attacked, we get all this free card draw. And look at our hand. Look at our card advantage, baby. Oh my goodness, this is just amazing. So many options. So little time. Do I Hashi's Taker here? Let me opt first and see if I find anything cool. Yeah, I'll take that instead. Thank you. I will do that instead. Okay, and another Terramander goes down. But will you look at that hit? Dude, we're decimating this Sultai mid-range. Oh my god. GG, man. Wow, that first one, you know, he made us work for it. But that second one, that wasn't even a contest, man. Those Thought Erasures early on, that Cry just wiping out the early board. The Thought Erasures, though, denying the Crassus, that was huge. Like, denying the Crassus is huge. And also the Hashi's Taker. And then just Enter the God Eternals, man. Like, that's the thing. Enter the God Eternals against, like, creature matchups is just absolutely nutty. So, that was pretty fun. Not even bad.